Hi there and welcome back. So we've had a few rough days. We've been dropping a little bit in the ranking again. We're still in platinum, but we're in the lower part of platinum. We're back to platinum 4. So we're really not doing that good. As you can see here, we are platinum 4. Not really good. And we've had some bad luck for the past few days. As a result, I have been working on some new decks. The first one is Journey Build 6 that I showed you a few minutes ago, but let's have a look at it in detail. So what is Journey Build 6? Journey Build 6 is green and black. Very heavy on the removal as it's part of my style, and as long as we're up against mono red, I really need those heavy removal spells. So really heavy on the removals like we have been all along, but also starting to look into cards that we can play after the rotation. We are building around Free Strider Lookout and Outcaster Greenblade. Those two cards have a really nice synergy, and if we can commit crimes as well, then Free Strider Lookout will give us quite a decent amount of mana in a very short time. Then I got a Soul Cauldron because there are still a lot of decks out there that utilize their graveyards. Being able to deal with that is really handy. Then we have Colossal Rattleworm. A 5 toughness, 6 power, trampler, has flash if we control the desert, and yes, we have put some deserts in here, and we can exile it from our graveyard, putting a desert into play. So that's a really nice card to have in this deck. Then 2 Railway Brawlers. I am considering a third, but not really sure yet. So let's just try out a third because we do have it and we don't need to invest any of our wild cards. As you can see, we still have our 12 rares and our 4 mythics. Still keep holding on to them when the rotation comes. As for the lands, I have taken out everything that's going to rotate out, so we just have some basic forest and swamps. And then I've put in 4 deserts, Festering Gulch, and 4 conduit pylons as they give us surveil. They don't target our opponent, but the surveil is useful and it is mana fix as well. And then I've put in 2 demolition fields just so that we have something to deal with some pesky lands out there, because there are still a lot of pesky lands there in the game. The next deck, let's save it. The next deck we've been working on is Journey Build 7. As you can see, it is a very similar build, but we put in the combo being Bloodletter and Rush of Dread. Except for that, we are pretty much the same build, still heavy on the removal, but we don't have the virtues bringing back creatures, and we don't have either Giza or Sheldred. I am considering putting them in, but I haven't done it yet. Just a question of finding out where to look for those cards and look for the slots that we need to put them in. As you can see, the mana base is a little bit different here. I put in some Blooming Marsh. The Festerings are still in here. We have 1 Underground Mortuary. Conduit Pylons are in here as well. Demolition Field is in here as well. Not really sure about this deck either. I think there's some good ideas in here, but not 100% balanced. Then the last one I have been working on is Journey Build 5. Journey Build 5 was the one that had the Great Mole. Taken out the Great Mole, put in the Railway Brawler instead, and I've put in Feast Rider Lookout and Outcaster Greenblade. Except for that, it's pretty much still the same build. We just took out the Great Mole and one of the other cards that could give our creatures haste and +1. So, except for that, it's pretty much the same deck. We have changed again the land base to fit better with the rotation. So this deck is also pretty much ready for the rotation. So those are the 3 decks we've been working on. Except for that, we still have the same decks as before. We still have this one on the side that I really, really like. And As you can see, I've added in a few cards. Reenact the Crime has been added in. So yeah, Abuelos already was in there. So I'm still looking at it, and we'll see what comes out the next couple of weeks. So let's get to playing. As you can see, I have gone through all my tasks and quests, but I have really been trying to grind out here because we are not doing good in the ranking at all. I can stay in platinum, but for some reason right now everything has been going against us for the past 2 or 3 days, so it's a little annoying and it's a lot of grinding work right now. But so here, for example, we have a perfect example of nothing. We could do something, but if he has some slight removal, we're in trouble. Here again, really not a good hand, but one red and we might just get going. So let's see if our 3 removal cards won't keep us in the game long enough for us to get the cards that we really need to play this game. I've already been playing quite a few games today just to try and work on those decks, and I have had times where I had mulligan down to 2 or 3 cards just to get something. So it's been really bad today. I don't really know why. Yeah, let's go for Surveil first. Already we have, yeah, now we have our colors, so that's really nice. Depending on what our opponent does, I'm seeing blue and green. I don't like that, so let's get rid of it. I'm keeping long goodbye for now, as he's playing blue, and I don't know what his intentions are. Yeah, let's play this one. Let's put in a treasure token as well. This way already we have 4 mana next turn. We have the Jagged Barrens coming in. That'll give us 5. I'm pretty happy with that. There comes the landfall. That's okay with me. So we do actually have 2 Bristly Bill Spine in our collection of cards. I'm actually considering putting him in one of these decks, and actually, in fact, considering it with the 2 cards that we are testing right now, because they do put a lot of lands in my hand and on the field. So I really think it's worth considering putting that card in as well. Yeah, let's just allow that. There's nothing we can do about that. We have the long goodbye, we can get rid of it, and then that's fine with me. He's tapped out. I'm perfectly happy with that. Yep, nothing we can do about that. So, as you can see, opening hand really bad on the mana, and now we've been drawing one land after the other. That's what I meant. The past few days have really been crazy. When you want mana in the opening hand, you're not getting it. If you want it in during the game, you're also not getting it. And then when you're playing a game now where you're actually pretty okay with your mana, then yeah, you're only getting mana. So it's not, just like I said, we see the Railway Brawler coming. There is nothing we can do against it right now. So it's been a really frustrating couple of days here. So we're playing 23 lands, and already we have 6 available. We haven't missed a single land dropped, and we had some problem with our mana in the beginning. Yeah, not much we can do about that. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. I'm fine with that. It's a small creature, so we can just get rid of it. But the Railway Brawler, that's a completely different issue. We need to find a solution against him. We do play a lot of removal, but as you can see, not the removal we need. So yeah, it looks like this is going to be a really tough game, probably even a game loss. I'm looking at the game right now, and yeah, oof. game over. So yeah, this is game over. There's nothing we have in our deck that can deal with this anymore. Best we can hope for is 2 removals in a row, and then even in that case, there we go. Game over. Nothing we can do here. So that's what I mean. Here we've been drawing too much land again. While in the opening hand we had to cut it because we can't take the risk. But that's what I mean. It's been like this 2-3 days now, and it's really, really frustrating. So I don't really know exactly where or how to put in cards right now. Yeah, let's keep this one. Let's play Journey 6. So let's see what Journey 6 does for us today. I am looking forward to the rotation, definitely. And I'm really hoping to see some good cards, which is also why we're keeping the wild cards right now, because we do know certain cards are going to rotate out. Yeah, let's keep this. It's not a great hand, definitely not, but it is a turn 2 Soul Cauldron and turn 3 Free Strider Lookout, so it could potentially be an interesting hand. It all depends on what we draw the next couple of turns. So it's my intention to play the Conduit Pylons first. I could play the Festering Gulch first, but the reason I'm thinking about maybe Pylons first is if we draw a land within the first 2 turns, we do have the Free Strider Lookout that would trigger with Festering Gulch. So it's an option. I'm not really sure yet. Our opponent here doesn't seem to be in a hurry. Let's see what he is up to. Is he AFK maybe? I don't really know. So it's taking him a serious while to think about his hand. All right. Already have a timer here. That's not a good start. Let's get to work, guys. I just want to play some games. So let's just, yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's play the pylons first. Done. All right. So next turn is going to be the Festering Gulch, followed by the Demolition Fields, Free Strider Lookout, and then the Agathis Cauldron, or the Outcaster Greenblade. There we go. Our advantage here is that we were starting players, so that means we do have an opportunity to do something. He is playing Tiny Bones joins up, so there's probably Tiny Bones in there as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if he has a few other nasty surprises along the way. There we go. That's Tiny Bones. Yeah, let's discard the Tear Sun. We have a Demolition Field, and let's play Free Strider Lookout. So next turn, we're actually in a pretty decent spot. I'm not going to say great spot, but we have 2 ways of targeting an opponent, either with the Green Blade or with the Demolition Field, or if we want, even Agathis Soul Cauldron. So we actually have 3 options there. We have a Tear Sun, Asunder as well. So we have a lot of options to trigger our Free Strider if he doesn't blow it up. And he doesn't. Great. I'm happy with that. Yeah, all right. That's not the card we wanted to get rid of, but that's fine with me. Let's get rid of Glisa. Ooh, no land here. That's too bad. Let's just hit him then. That hasn't happened much yet. Usually I just don't get to draw the lands. This time we don't even hit it with a Free Strider Lookout. So as you can see, it's been a weird couple of days. And I know it's all random and there's no conspiracy or anything here, but it is a little bit frustrating when you know that the deck has a lot more potential than that, and still it's not. And still, it's not performing the way you're expecting it to perform. So yeah. Vladimir New Blood is a really good card. Um, let's see what happens here. Yeah. Do I want to get rid of the creature? Yes, I do. So let's get rid of it. And let's put Soul Cauldron in here. Let's deal with it from the graveyard. Oh, now that's much more like it. Yeah, let's take the pylons, then we get to scry and we get to set up next turn. Yeah, that's a good card to have. That sets up next turn very nicely because we can now play both the Outcaster and the Sheoldred's Edict. So that would make a really nice turn. We can deal with one of his creatures. We can put another creature into play. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So that wasn't really what I was hoping for, was it? Okay. So let's see if we can't come up with some other solution here. Let's put this one in. I've had it with this Tiny Bones. And let's pump the creature that we have. Do we have any creatures in the graveyard? No, nothing. Then we're just going to empty his graveyard. And let's just attack. Does he want to block? Yes or no? If he does, that's to our advantage. He doesn't. I'm glad to see that. So he could hurt us pretty bad next turn if he has creature removal. So I did take a risk by attacking. I'm hoping that the Colossal Rattleworm is going to help us out next turn. Yeah. So he has Menace, which is kind of annoying. Still, not much we can do about that. Yeah, there we go. So let's see what creature he decides to sacrifice. And then we can use Agatha Soul Cauldron to take it out of the graveyard. And then we target him, activating Free Strider Lookout again. Oh. So we are really not in luck with our lands today, are we? We're not going to attack because we are in trouble here. The advantage is, of course, Sheoldred also has Menace, and that means that he's in trouble as well if he doesn't have creature removal. So let's see what he comes up with here. I'm not happy with the situation right now. We are in trouble if we're not careful. I'm hoping he doesn't have the solutions in his hand, so let's see what happens. So already twice Freeze Strider Lookout struck out, which is really, yeah, those are the tokens. So Glisa Hellraiser is one that's really, really, yeah, let's activate the Colossal. Let's put in Conduit. We really need something good here. This is not what we need. So we are in trouble here. We definitely are in trouble. I got a Soul Cauldron and Sheoldred don't really work well together. It's true. And honestly, with 5 cards out of his graveyard already, it would have been interesting with Sheoldred, but I'm afraid we don't really have a choice here. We have to deal with it. But I'm afraid it might just be game here. Depending on the situation, I think it might just be game. We can only block one of them if he attacks with both. He doesn't. Okay. Yeah. So we are in trouble. Definitely not what we needed. Not what we needed. And again, we're in trouble. All we can do is just go to combat and then see how he blocks. So he needs to use 3 creatures to block. That's more than enough. And he has them. Well, actually, he needs 4 to block, but still. He can still do enough damage next turn to win the game. So, yeah. I don't know why he's creating a creature here, but 2 blockers. I don't think he realizes that he actually had enough creatures on the field to win. Yeah, that's a death touch. That's fine. Yeah. I have no idea why he's blocking with 2 right now, because there's no need for it. I think he's forgetting that it's... Alright, that's... makes more sense. Yeah, we don't have a choice. This one we also don't have a choice. Best we can do is sacrifice this one, deal with this one. That's a creature he can't use next turn. Let's put in the swamp. Not that's going to make any difference. So he's going to have 3 tokens, which is 6 damage. Take action, yep. Let's bring in another swamp. Next to damage. And that's it. That's end the turn here. So he's now able to do 6 damage. He needs 7 to win. But I think he might just... If he pulled a legendary, he wins the game. If not, he doesn't have one. Okay. So, are we still in the game, yes or no? That's the question. It all depends on what we're going to draw next turn. For us, there isn't much choice. We just attack. I don't really see any other options except for attacking. Yep, there's nothing we can do about that. Okay. That was a mistake. He did have a Tiny Bones. I was actually expecting him to play a Tiny Bones, but yeah, we can't block that. Blockers, damage. Nothing we can do here. And game over, I'm afraid. That was the card he should have brought back. He didn't. Best we can do is this. And then it is game over. He's just going to block us, and then it's game over. There's nothing we can do here. I don't really understand why he didn't bring back Tiny Bones, because honestly, all he should have done was bring back Tiny Bones and then attack with 3 creatures. He would have won the game right there and then. So he probably didn't see it. So it's very important to know what's in your graveyard, know what's in your opponent's graveyard. Sometimes it really makes a difference. Yeah, so we've played 5, we've played 6. 7, I'm not convinced is going to work. But we might as well play it, you know? Let's play it. Yeah, I really think the 5 is the best choice. So like I said, it's been some weird couple of days. The decks have been disappointing. The draws have been definitely weird. Here again, red, red. No red, but we do have... Yeah, let's keep it. It's a slow start. Oh, that's a lot better. Yeah, let's put this one in first. Now yeah, let's keep it. Now this is interesting. We don't have any black right now, so we can't use it against him. High Noon, there we go. I don't like High Noon. I have a pretty good feeling what we're up against now. Blue-white control, he's probably gonna have a bird. If he does, or he's gonna counter us here, which means we can't play anything else. I'm gonna try it, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna counter it. Here comes the counter. There we go. No more lies. That was expected. He probably also has that flash bird up there somewhere in his hand. So yeah, this is not a good matchup. Definitely not. Yeah, that's actually the only card right now that's keeping him wary is Charming Scoundrel. Interesting. This does open up the game for us because we now have Urebresk Forge on the field, and that's going to make it a completely different game. He might have removal for it, but as long as he doesn't have it, it's going to be value. And that's something I'm really happy to see. So I'm going to put in the Outcaster Greenblade. We do already have 2 deserts. We're going to put 1 more in our hand. Let's put in the pylons because we really need to influence the top of our deck right now. Having the forge on the field is great. Yeah, it's really nice. So lucky, those are 2 cards that are going to go out next rotation, so we're going to see them a lot less. And these are really stables when you're up against blue and white nowadays. So I'm honestly happy to see them go. A lot of gameplays, a lot of decks are going to be different, so I'm looking forward to that. Yep. Bye-bye Planeswalker. He is protecting his life because he has to. He doesn't have a choice here. We're going to put this one in just so that we can do a little more damage. Let's go to combat. So we can't play more than 1 spell each turn. Yeah, go ahead. There's not much we can do about that. So we are putting pressure on the field right now. And that is really nice. I'm not going to give him a chance to block. We need to deal with him as quickly as we can before he has enough solutions to pull this game towards himself. And honestly, right now, that's all I'm looking at. Let's put in this one. It pumps our green blade. Let's go to combat. Let's attack again. He might have another Planeswalker here. Don't forget he did pull a few cards. So yeah, there's the Planeswalker. Let's see what he does. I'm really curious to see if he creates a creature or he's going to exile one. He's exiling one. All right. Next to damage. All right. Exiling was the right choice, to be honest. If he hadn't, he would have had a 2/2 creature, and we would still have dealt 4 damage at least. And the 4 damage would have meant that our opponent would have been in trouble because he would have had 2 life instead of. Yeah, let's see if what he does here. He might only have no more lives. Looks like it. Yeah, let's just submit this one. We haven't played a land yet, so let's hit him for another land. all attack. Let's go all in. He might have a third Planeswalker, I don't know yet. Let's see what he comes up with. Is it game or is it not game? That's the question. Don't forget, we do have Long Goodbye, but we did already play a spell. So we can't play any more spells, so yeah. But this is a perfect game where we see how much pressure the Forge actually puts onto the table. The fact that he gave us the opening to play it, put it into to play, that really helped us, and it really put him in a bind. He's 1 mana short. Yeah, that's okay. So here we now have 2 options, and I'm thinking about just going for the throat. Don't forget, you have the High Noon on the field. It also counts for him. He is going to play some kind of spell. That's fine. Don't forget, we have the Long Goodbye. He can't counter it. He's playing a spell, and we are blowing up his creature. So he already played his spell this turn. He has 2 mana left. I'm in a good spot right now. So he's already played his spell. He doesn't have the mana to sacrifice High Noon. So we are in a good spot here. Not really sure what his plan is. Yeah, okay. So that was a win. Whew. As you can see, we are flirting with Platinum 4. And yeah. But I keep Forge in my decks just because I know how much value this card really generates. It's a really frustrating card to play against. If an opponent can get it down and you don't have a solution for it, yes, you can deal with a token creature, but your resource is going to run out and the token is going to be back even stronger next turn. So yeah, this is an okay hand. We have a lot of removal, but nothing else. But we could probably draw into it. We do have 2 red, which means Brotherhood's End is available. We have 2 Go for the Throats and a Sheoldred's Edict. So that's a decent amount of removal. First turn, we are going to play Jagged Baron so that our mana colors are all right. And then we have a Demolition Field just in case. So let's see what he shows up with. We don't have any green, so there's a good chance we will draw our green cards when we don't need them. But we still have a few turns we can just go for the removal and then see what happens. Okay, so we're up against what looks like mono red. Ooh, we have our green. Yeah, let's put the green down and let's see what our opponent chooses to do here. We're up against mono red, so let's see what he comes up with. That's fine. I have no problem with that. Let's pump it a little bit extra. Just, yep, and bye-bye creature. So yeah, we take 2 damage, but he just wasted 3 cards in 1 turn. I'm happy about that. So yeah, let's put in the mountain and let's pass the turn here. Yeah, Charming Scoundrel. Let's see what he's going to do with it. Let's just get rid of it before the enchantment goes onto it. There we go. Let's put this one in. I'm going to take a risk here. There is a good chance he might have another haste creature that he can use and he can buff. That's okay. I'm fine with that. But because of it, we now have a 5/5, and that is perfect for me. So it's an artifact creature. It means Go for the Throat doesn't work, but it doesn't mean that we can't use Sheldritch Edict. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. It's gonna blow it up. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not really unhappy with that because we are now in a position to deal with whatever creature he puts out on the field, and I'm happy with that. I am really happy with that. Yeah, let's take action. I want a second black, and the reason I want it is just because that way we have more than enough black to play our 2 black creatures, 2 black removals, 3 black removals. So now it's a matter of, all right. Whew. So that's, I don't really love that feedback stuff here. They don't know if I like it and why I like it. They don't know if I don't like it and why I don't like it. So this makes no sense, this survey. If I didn't like Magic, I wouldn't be playing. So yeah. Now, the reason I am playing Arena is twofold. First of all, during COVID, we couldn't play at the local game stores, and I was at home as I lost my job back then for a little while. Lucky for me, I found another one pretty quickly, and I was just out of a job for about 3-4 weeks, so that wasn't too bad. Yeah, let's keep this. So yeah, let's keep this one. So yeah, I lost my job. That's when I started playing Arena a little bit, and then after uh, we could play again in the local game stores, I got married, so that meant sitting at home a lot more often than in the past. And sitting at home also means I don't have as much time to go to the local game stores because now I have to balance it with my wife and the family at home. So yeah. So I usually use this now for pretty much uh, relaxing. So I don't really like this, especially the double striker is dangerous. So it looks like we're up against a toxic deck. I really don't like toxic decks. Um, I'm glad it's not the old version of it, because that would be even worse. Yeah. Let's see if we can't. Yeah, we can. I think I don't really have a choice here. Oof. Ay, 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 ay. Venerated Blood Priest. Really good card. One I have not enjoyed playing against. Yeah, let's plot this one. I'm not going to attack. They all have toxic, so it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt pretty bad now. Oof. Yeah, Delny. Yeah, that's pretty much game. Yeah, let's block this one. Not much we can do here. This one comes into play tapped. Let's play this one and this one. So yeah, we're in trouble, big time. Delny is probably going to cost us the game here. Because we can't block them all. Yeah, good game. No need to continue here. That was a game. So that's what Toxic does. It can hit really fast. If you can get that early game in, then it's really really hard to deal with. Uh, that's also why we're playing the board wipes. But if you don't have them when you need them, they don't do much in the deck. I'm gonna miss Burn Down the House. I've played it quite a lot. It's one of the cards that's gonna rotate out. Um, yeah, let's keep this. He is going first. We don't have black, so I'm not really happy with the hand. But seeing as how we've been drawing today, I don't really think we have a choice here. We do have our colors. Conduit Pylon is going to give us black eventually, so we're just going to be a little bit slow. That's another one of the cards that are going to rotate out. I'm curious to see how this is all going to add up. All right, so this changes our game plan a little bit. My original plan was the pylons, but having black means I can put the forest in next turn. Then we have full access to our removal, which is exactly what I want. End the turn here. So blue, white, that means we're up against control again. Lucky for us, we do have the removals we need to deal with it. Yeah, I'm going to go with the pylons in this case. Definitely want to keep that one. Going to put the treasure token down, and let's just hit him. If we can successfully get the forge down, I'm a happy camper. Then I'm a really happy camper. Temporary lockdown is okay with me because it means we now have the option to play maybe Urbesque Forge next turn. Too bad we didn't have the treasure token, but alright. Resolve. What does it do? Good. Alright. My turn. He's tapped out, so let's put the forge in. So yeah. Let's plot this one. And let's just hit him. So Railway Brawler together with Rubesque Forge is also a really nice thing to play. I'm not really sure how. Yeah, let's put the land in first. Let's see if we can. Oh, cancel, so we can't. All right, then we don't seem to have another choice but to do this. Sacrifice a non-token creature. So basically the enchantment cost remains. Yeah, not much we could do there. Let's put this one in. That's a 6/4. Let's just attack with it anyway. Yeah, nothing to see there. Yeah, so oof, that's really not a good spot we're in right now. So right now, I just want him to get rid of that one. It is a spirit, so that brings us down to 3, which means we can deal with it. And now suddenly we're back in the game. We're still not in a good spot. Let's be completely honest here. We're definitely not in a good spot. We can use the long goodbye here for that one. That's okay. So we are in a really tight spot here, and that worries me a little bit. Oof. So we are in trouble. This one is going to disappear anyway, so we might as well just use it. This is a really beautiful deck to play against, though. It's well built, it's well thought through. Yeah, not much we can do here. That's pretty much game. Yeah, good game. That's a really nice deck. I have to admit, this is a really nice deck to play against. Really beautiful synergies. Yeah, that was really nice. I I do like playing against decks like this. Even if I lose, they're pretty nice to play against. What I really liked best about this was that, yes, he was winning, but he was playing something you don't come across every day. He was not playing the typical ranking decks that you see on a regular basis, and that's something I do enjoy playing against. To see decks like that work, to see decks like that perform, that's really something I enjoy to see. Yeah, let's put this one in first. So those kind of decks are really nice to play against. You get some new ideas, you get some new views, and I really enjoy playing that. Yeah, there's nothing we can do that. Resolve. Not much we can do here. Let's just get rid of it. I don't want any creatures on the field. Let's just deal with them as we can. So right now, we're not in a bad spot. If everything goes according to plan, which it usually doesn't. Oh, it seems to be. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, okay. I can live with that. Resolve. That wasn't entirely according to plan. My plan was plotting railway and then having 2 forges, but I'm okay with that. Now let's plot railway, and then next turn we can maybe play the Charming Scoundrel and the forge, and then we can start to deal some damage here. Let's see what he has in store for us. Okay. Yeah. This one we can just put into play tab. No worries about that. Let's put this one in here. Yeah, like I said, I want to play both. Yeah. I'm gonna go for the treasure token because I'm already getting a boost from auto play. And then we're gonna hit for 4, which is pretty decent. So if the forge remains on the field, it's gonna have a pretty decent increase in power the next few turns. But we already saw he did have removal for artifacts, so let's hold on the cheers and then see what happens along the way. Yep. As I said, he did play some removal, but we still have other cards. So again, this is a pretty decent turn, hitting for 5 in the turn here. And then let's just see what he does. If he plays a creature, we do have our Sheldred. If he plays removal, which he might, let's see what he has in mind here. Probably going to be our last game for the night as well. So as you can see, we've been really struggling. I am very tempted to invest some of those wild cards and build a deck right now. I'm just not sure if it's wise to do that. There we go again. I'm just not sure if it's wise to do that at the end of close to the end of this season and then the rotation, and then yeah. I think the smart play is to just wait, see what we get from our boosters, and then see what we can come up with and what we need to really maximize our. Yeah, let's just put this one in. Let's go with an attack here. So that's another 4 damage unless he has a solution. All right. So we're still in a pretty decent spot. We do have some options. I'm just not sure what he's playing yet, because I've been keeping an eye on what he's playing, and I honestly don't know right now. I don't know what his deck does. So yeah, let's see what he's got in mind. Next turn we could attack for potentially 5 with what we've got. With 6 mana available, we could pretty much play any card in the deck. So that's pretty interesting as well. And on to the battle. All right. That's risky. That's gonna hurt. Sacrifice a non-token creature. So yeah, Squeeze gonna come back. Let's get rid of this one as well. Yeah, I know you're gonna have 2 land and it's gonna hurt me. I know that as well. I'm really hoping here next turn we're gonna get a removal. We're gonna go for a mountain. That way we have to red. Take action. Let's see here. Like I said, one mountain coming up. Yep, there we go. Yeah, bye-bye Squee. Lucky he doesn't have haste. I think this might just be game. 1, 2, 3, 4. Submit 4. Let's create a wicked token and then let's attack with everything. Does he have a solution? Yes or no? All right. Good game. Whew, that was a close one. So we're staying in platinum, but we're not in a good spot, that's for sure. So let's see if we can't improve on that the next couple of days. Just to have a look. So season ends in 5 days, so it's really not good. But yeah, on the other hand, with the rotation coming up, yeah, I really don't want to use those wild cards. We've got almost 18 boosters now, so gonna be, I think, another 2.5, 3,000 gold, and that's 20,000 we're gonna have at least. Probably 21,000 with the season start. So yeah, let's see if we can't do something decent as soon as the season starts again. So all right, take care, have fun, enjoy the games. I wish you better luck than I'm having right now, and maybe one day we'll meet on the battlefield. So bye bye, and have a great time.